It is here, this year's Rochester Fringe Festival. So many great productions on the schedule to check out. Pete Saracino is doing his one-man show at the JCC called In His Own Words, An Evening with Robert Frost, here to share how this got going. You put in 2 years of research on this. Why Frost?
I've loved him ever since high school when I read, the iconic poems, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Birches, that kind of stuff. And then I got into college and my beloved cousin gave me a book of his complete poems. And I began reading through them. And I always thought he's a nature poet, right? There's only a few of his poems that don't have people in it. And what I found was, he liked to say, he was asked in an interview if poetry was an escape from life. And he laughed and he said, it's a way of taking life by the throat. And I learned that in his poetry. It was about the stuff of life, love, regret, grief, sorrow, friendship, you name it. And I learned that he was embracing life and all of its craziness, and it was just about an entry into life and not escape from it. So I really fell more deeply in love with him, was more impressed by him, and just have always loved him.
What did you learn that you didn't know, or something that stuck with you?
Well, I think a couple things. One, I learned that he really navigated his life through metaphor. It was a very tough life. He, 4 of his children predeceased him, his wife predeceased him, and he had a lot of tragedy in his life. And he said every one of his poems solved something for him in his life. Each was a momentary stay against the confusion of the world. So I learned a lot about the relationships and how the poems were born out of some very unique experiences. There's a wonderful book called Robert Frost Among His Poems, and it really gave you the backstory to a lot of poems, so it gave you an insight into the inner life of the man. So I learned a lot about the inner life.
Something that stuck with me when I was in college, I had a great English professor when we talk about the road not taken, the one less traveled, and we were presented with, take a look at it as maybe it was a regret. The path that ended up being taken versus the other one. And I just thought that stuck with me. And this poem you were mentioning just off camera is one of the most misunderstood that you can see.
Well, first of all, it's great that he took that route, because that's what poetry is about, right? Everybody approaches it from where they're at, right? It is very misunderstood. When he would say it in public, he would say, be careful, this is a tricky poem, a very tricky poem. He had a beloved friend in the Gloucestershire region of England, and they'd go on long walks talking poetry and looking at beautiful flowers or special scenes. And the guy really was indecisive about what path to show Frost to take, and afterwards would always regret his choice, wishing, geez, if I had taken another one, I could have shown you this. And one time Robert Frost just stopped him. Edward Thomas was the man's name, and he said, Edward, no matter what path you take, you're always going to sigh and wish you'd taken another. He was kind of frustrated, and when he returned to America, he wrote a poem, that image of his friend stuck at a crossroads, unable to decide which path to take, inspired the poem. Now, when you really read it, it's his most misunderstood poem, because it's always interpreted as, follow your own path, go to the beat of a different drummer. But if you really look into the poem, he's saying both paths are equal. And years later, when I'm looking back, I am going to say this with a sigh, ages and ages hence, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I chose the one less traveled by. In the poem, both have been traveled the same. So it really becomes a Yogi Berra thing, where he says, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Take it, take it. It is fascinating, great work on it. Performed it a couple of times, first time doing it at Fringe. Go see Pete for, in his own words, An Evening with Robert Frost. 2 shows for Fringe at the JCC. First one Saturday and then another one a week from Wednesday. Got more information about this with this interview today at rochesterfirst.com.